Hey, Ubisoft, next Assassin's Creed game, make the main character a black assassin. I'm telling you, that shit would sell like hotcakes. And you want to know how to move a lot more titles? Get Tyler Perry to play the voice. It's come to that, people. Yes, it has come to that. God damn you, BT! God damn you, Tyler Perry! Anyway, on a whole nother video entirely. Whoa, what the hell was that? Hey guys, what's going on? And just back again for another video to try to revive a series that frankly I should have paid a lot more attention to. The Anime Rants. For anyone who's not familiar with the Anime Rants, it was a series that I really wanted to kick off where I would talk about the various anime topics, things that really tickled my fancy, that's cool, and just generally I wanted to get users involved. I wanted to have special guest YouTubers, just talk about things in the anime world that either pissed me off or interesting, or, you know, what you guys wanted me to talk about, like what do I think about Company A or Company B or this or that. It was something I wanted to get started, but I think around the time I put the first episode out, college came in, so first semester was kind of like, whoa. So I guess that I had to put it on the back burner, but seeing as how I have a bit of free time, I thought I'd start this up. So, the Anime Rants, Episode 2, Sub versus Dub. Being a person who has practically watched anime his entire life, ever since I was a little kid, growing up on the likes of Pokemon, Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, and even now with Durara, Monster, just whatever anime you could think of, anime is a huge part of my life, and it has shaped me into the person I am today, and I have honestly say my life has been improved for the better because of anime, because that got me introduced to YouTube and just all of the lovely people here. So, a question always pops up whenever I talk about anime A or anime B. People wonder, Neil, what are your stances on sub versus dub? Do you say that the English dub of the anime is just better because it's in our native tongue, we can understand it? Or do you think the Japanese dub always reigns superior because that's the way it was originally intended? Well, honestly, I could just answer it in just one statement. As far as the anime fan is concerned, the anime fan in question, it comes down to a matter of preference. Which language they prefer watching the series of question in. But that's not fun. To play devil's advocate for this video, we'll just go with that, subs versus dubs. Is English language better because we can understand it, or do they completely suck because they just kill the entire meaning of what made the anime great? They're just shitting all over it. Okay, I will just say this. Like many, many things in this world, I am at the crossroads. I'm always in the middle. I can see where both sides are coming from, the double elitists and the purists. But, like I said earlier, it all comes down to preference. Take an anime like Romeo x Juliet. It's an anime adaptation of nothing other than Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. It's a great anime. I just want to tell you that. I recommend anybody check it out. It's in my top 5 for a reason. Now, when I bought the anime, I watched it first in English and then in Japanese. And I have to say that watching in English was probably the best choice, because I learned to appreciate the series a lot more. Usually it's the other way around. People say that, oh, I can't believe I watched this in English. It was so much better in Japanese. With Romeo x Juliet, honestly, I could say it was the other way around. Watching in English would be the preferred way. And it's not just due to the terrific performance of actors like Brina Palencia or anyone at Funimation. It's just how much stuff was absent from the Japanese script. Because to my knowledge, it's been around a year or so since I watched the Japanese version of Romeo x Juliet. To my knowledge, they didn't really incorporate Shakespearean dialect from actually Romeo and Juliet into the anime. Because it is an anime, so it takes its liberties, it does things different. But, you know, notable scenes they would speak in the Shakespearean tone, and it flows flawlessly. You never really notice it unless you're trying to, and it's just terrific. You know, I'm like, wow, this is great. But that doesn't not in any way impact my opinion on the Japanese version. The Japanese version is still fun to watch. You know, it's great performances from the cast. But to say that the English dubs, there are no good English subs, they can't add anything to it, is bullcrap. Because look at Romeo x Juliet. And Romeo x Juliet, for Christ's sake. But there is always something that people always forget when they are talking about the dub for an anime. Even English or Japanese, German or Spanish, they forget how important the script is to the series. Take Naruto, for example. Naruto. Now, everyone knows I can watch Naruto in both languages and I can go on my merry way. But I have to say I have a lot more annoyances towards the English version than I do the Japanese. Mainly due to the script. Scripting is very important in just whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to tell, story, whatever. Scripting is key. And with Naruto, the script is just not up to snuff. It's not on par with a lot of other the great anime that was released at the time. And it's not just the performance of the actors. The actors aren't bad in any way. Sure, some of the performances are like that, but I can attribute that to, the voice directors and the scriptwriters of Naruto, because it was really kind of shaky for the first couple of seasons. Sure, they ironed it out later on, but even into Shippuden, it's like, it still comes back to that homosexual sex chase thing, I was talking about. Scripting is very important. I mean, you can get any A-list, top-rated actor, Liam Neeson, Meryl Streep, but even they can't work miracles. You can shine a piece of shit. You can have, the best possible performances from Brad Pitt, just whatever actor you can think of. But if the script is crap, there's no substance, it's not rich. Like I said, not even they can work miracles. So you're just going to end up with, well, I think I've already stated that. So it's not just a problem with the actual performance, it's just the script isn't up to snuff most of the time. Like I said, most of the time, it could be actors, but just scripting. And this can occur in both languages, English and Japanese. Now, here's the thing that I really don't understand. The people automatically clamor to the Japanese version, saying it's automatically the superior version. I want to tell you this. Is it really? Because you're watching it in Japanese, a language that for the most part they don't even understand. And while you can tell when an experience is better, when you're getting a lot more emotion out of a character, like Mayumi Tanaka with Luffy, you can tell when you're getting experience and emotion and they're trying. When you strip that away, you're not really getting the same experience. You're not fully understanding what the artist intended unless you spoke the language and you understood it and you just knew all the culture surrounding it. This does not apply to every single anime. Like I said, you can obviously tell when this dub is better than that dub. Both animes like Shin-Chan, Excel Saga, anything by Nabeshin, frankly, if you're trying to watch those in Japanese, 90% of the time, you're not going to really understand it. Unless you're like the hardcore or otaku, like the anime version of what Brandon Fletcher is to Sonic and Detective Conan. Well, that's anime, so I should have just said Sonic. You're not really going to understand it the way he meant. So that's why when they always bring it over to English shores and do the treatment, they have to change it up, they have to change the jokes, and they take pride in the jokes. It's not like they're trying to, like Shin-Chan, for example. People are like, why are they mentioning Jessica Simpson and Shin-Chan? I mean, it's stupid. They had to find some sort of, they had to add comedic value to the series, because would you really want them to bring over the Japanese jokes? You wouldn't understand it, and that's why the script team at Funimation, they understood that, so they went their own way with Shin-Chan, because so some people actually get the jokes and have a laugh, because you're getting the same experience at the end. Shin is a foul-mouthed, potty 5-year-old. You know what I mean? The experience is not harmed anyway when you have an experience like Shin-Chan. It's still a barrel of laughs. Now that I covered the topic of, what was I saying? People and their, what the hell? Okay, that was weird. My brother just came in and I didn't know what the hell he was doing. But, back to what I was saying. Where was I? I covered the cultural differences, and people are wondering that, and that, and that. It just comes down to preference, If a person wants to watch an anime like One Piece, or Naruto, or Bleach in English, or Japanese, German, heck, even Spanish, that's really up to them. The experience is not harmed at the end of the day. They're still getting the same story, albeit different voice work, and if they want to watch it with these voice actors, that's up to them, Has it really come to the point where people will not accept you as the anime fan if you don't watch it in this version? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, if you don't watch it in language A, you're not a fan of the series? Really? Because that's bullcrap. Because we're all fans of Toriyama's work. We're all fans of Kishimoto's work. We're all fans of Kubo's work. Well, I take that back. He's a troll. Never mind. We're all fans of, the mangaka's work. So why is it that we are putting up all these barriers? We're segregating our fan bases. It should just be about loving the work, just coming together by the campfire, roasting marshmallows, and talking about how great this series was. That's just what I think about it. While we all do have our opinions on the dubs and subs and such, most of the time, dubs are quality, and even at the worst point, they're decent. As long as we're not talking about One Piece with 4 kids on that situation, or Tokyo Mew Mew, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Fullmetal Alchemist, Dragon Ball Z Kai, Death Note. You can watch it in either language and still get a kick out of it. But just to quell over your keyboard saying, I can't believe you watched it in this version. It's just not fair. Like, he should just watch it in this. Maybe he will watch it in that version after he finishes it in this one, It's not like they don't have time on their hands to do everything. Anyway, that's just what I want to talk about in Anime Rants, sub versus dubs. There's great dubs. They're of every language. English, Japanese, Spanish, German, just name any more languages. And they're probably good dubs of that. I haven't seen every single dub to begin with, but the dubs I have seen in various languages, they're pretty quality ones. And I guess that's it for this episode of the Anime Rants, my friend. Post your comments below on what you want me to talk about in the next edition, episode 3. Don't know when that will be out, but you can expect me to talk about it. I'm just trying to wrap up. Was there any other points I needed to talk about? I talked about culture. I talked about script. I talked about that. Oh, man. I guess there's really nothing else. So if anyone tells you otherwise, like if you love watching Death Note in English, then whatever, man. Fuck the haters. I mean, seriously, it's not like watching in Japanese is going to make you in any way better. As long as, like I said, it ain't like One Piece 4 Kids and you're proclaiming to the high hills, oh, Zeta, that it's better, then we won't have to tie you up on the cross and do unspeakable things to you. Okay? We're all good. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm GS signing out, and yeah, look at the clock. It's midnight.